What's up guys, it's Skillzerk. I realize this is a gaming channel, but today I want to talk about something else. So in order to make this story make any sense, I'm going to have to go back into the past and explain basically the start of my life and the things I'm used to understand something that should be related to a lot of people I've spoken to recently, and stories I've read. Alright, so in my past, I'm that guy who used to, basically in school, I wasn't that weirdo in school who played like an anime freak. Like, I remember watching another YouTuber I used to be fond of who was talking about how he used to like to pretend to be this mysterious guy in high school and how that didn't work out. No, I wasn't one of those guys. I was used to the life where everyone just basically avoids you for really no reason, and I didn't try making friends either. I actually just, they avoided me, I avoided them, we went our own separate ways, which isn't the best scenario, by the way. If everyone's avoiding you and you want friends, then you have to go out and talk to them. I remember reading a post not too long ago on Huffington Post where some woman was complaining about how she's been single 6 months and how that's been affecting her life. Being single is not the same as being alone, by the way. But she goes on to mention how she started getting clingy, where whenever she'd go on a first date, she'd go and text the guy first and say how great it was. And she was telling people not to do that, and that's the wrong idea. No, let me tell you from someone who's actually been alone almost 20 years now without people. No, when you're gonna make friends, you want to be the person to go and talk to them because if you keep waiting for other people, they're just gonna not pay any attention to you. I mean, if you're waiting, they're probably waiting as well. And most women are actually waiting for you to talk to them. If you go waiting too long, then they're not gonna care. They're gonna keep waiting for someone who actually is gonna talk to them. So with women and men, if you find someone who you think's attractive, and I'm not saying get creepy and clingy, but if you find someone you think's attractive or someone you just want to be friends with, there's gonna be times that stuff's gonna go bad, but don't let one bad failure hit your entire life down the drain. Just keep being active, talk to people, and don't be a creep about it, of course. But you got to talk to people. If you don't talk to them, they're not going to know anything that you're thinking. Let's get back into what I was going on about, though. For my life, I'm used to some really crazy stuff, some really bad stuff. Like, I'm talking nightmare stuff. And I want to explain what I'm talking about, too. In my state, there's witch hunts constantly. Basically, someone who can do something, what most people aren't really aware of, is that if someone tells a rumor, and I'm used to rumors, someone starts a rumor, causes a bunch of problems, and that rumor will haunt you the rest of your life. Now, most people that are, I guess, a victim to what's going on in this scenario, for instance, me with that Lillian Lennon case not too long ago, basically they took my photo, put false information saying I like to bully and harass kids at the bottom of my photo, without any evidence, of course. It's just a photo saying this. And several thousand people went against me. Even Nico Lang from Huffington Post decided to post and tell a bunch of people to go against me, basically go and bully me without any information that this ever actually happened, no evidence or anything. But Nico Lane's kind of immature anyway, for the people that have actually researched this guy. But so he made that post, and a lot of people went against me. But this isn't the first time I've had someone spread false information and start a witch hunt against me, and other people get involved, and it gets worse, and so on and so forth. I've actually had this happen 3 times in life. One was some guy who lied for like 5 or 6 years saying he had cancer, but he didn't actually have cancer. He was just getting several $1,000s for lying. And there was evidence of that too. But cancer generally kills people and faster than 6 years once you actually get cancer. But that wasn't my reason for knowing he didn't have cancer. I could see his medical charts and look him up. Anyone can look up medical charts as well, by the way. But so that was one of the times. But when I was 14, I met someone named Savannah Hayner, and she went around telling people that I was her stalker. And of course, in my state, a lot of people go against that. Well, she's the type of person who likes to draw a lot of attention, but she also loses friends fast. So because of her horrible personality and she lies so much, she'll make a friend for like a week and then they'll ditch her. And so she does this, and she meets several thousand people through doing this. So every person she meets, she tells them I'm her stalker with no evidence or anything, just saying I'm her stalker. And of course, you can imagine it spreads to all the people that I've met, and then those people ditch me. And most of the time, it's them coming to me and saying, we can't be friends anymore, we can't talk anymore, and I lose that person as a friend. So through that, I've lived a very alone and solitudable life, basically with no one. But I do have like 4 friends who actually at least look at my side of the story first, and I usually keep evidence of everything for this. But what I'll still get from even my own friends is that they'll always say something like, I must have done something that pissed them off. And then most people don't want to look at the evidence. They just want to say you must have done something to piss them off. Well, guess what? There are actually bad people in the world that literally do stuff like this, cause these kind of problems just because they can. Their thought process is if they can cause problems, they want to see how far they can go. It doesn't matter what happens to the person's life they're doing it to. Well, basically, when you're alone for too long, like I was trying to explain through this is what my opinion is, at least from being alone for several years, over 2 decades now. If you're alone for so long, you shouldn't try to avoid people. You shouldn't wait for other people. If you want to say something to somebody, say it to them. Don't be afraid of coming on too strong, but don't be a creep about it either. I don't know how to explain that better. Just don't avoid people. After a first date, you can say, "Hey, I liked it." That's it for this video, guys. Take care.